Today we're going to be taking a look at a stove from Coleman, the Peak 1. That's coming up next. Okay, we're taking a look at the Coleman Peak 1. This is a 10,000 BTU stove. I picked this up at Walmart. I believe it was just over $22. And we're going to be trying this out today. Let's take a look here in the box here and see what it comes with. Okay, looks like it's just the stove itself. And there's a manual here with it. And this is the 3001 series camp stove. This does not come with a case. I feel that for the price of this stove, they should have at least included a soft case for it. But all you get's the stove. It does have a nice serrated pot support. Swivels open. Real nice. Seems very rigid and solid. And this stove says on the box that it weighs 6.7 ounces. So I brought my scale along today. We're going to see if that's accurate or not. Alright, I'm coming up with exactly 6.7 ounces. Alright, it seemed like I had to turn the valve on pretty far to get the fuel to come out. This canister is pretty low, so I'm going to hook this up to a full canister here and see how she does. Alright, this stove does not come with the electronic ignition, so you need to have a lighter or some matches to light the stove with. Alright, I did have this hooked up to a fuel canister, but it was one that was almost empty, so I didn't have much control on the valve. So I got a brand new canister here. We're going to hook it up to that and give it a try. Okay, that's on high there. It does have a nice adjustable control knob. You can turn that way down on low for simmering. Okay, so there it is. We're going to do a little cooking on here and see how she performs. Alright, we'll see how it does cooking some food here. It does have a nice pot support, very sturdy. I do like that. Got a nice chunk of blackened salmon. And we can't forget about our veggies here. I got a potato there I cut up, some bell pepper and some onion, and a little bit of baby carrots. I don't got much wind out here today, but just a little bit of air there is out here. It seems to be blowing the flame around a little bit. Okay, the one thing I did notice with it, the flame spreads out on the bottom of the pan, which is a good thing. But I do notice my handle getting warm on it. And when I cook on my other backpack stoves, I don't have that problem. That's not too big of a deal. The one thing I read on the box here is that a canister will last up to 1 hour on high, and that's a 220 gram canister. That's the bigger fuel canister that I have on here now. I don't think that's very good. So you got a bigger area here, a lot more holes. You got more fuel being burned up at one time. Okay, so it does get the job done. It seems like it's taken me a little bit longer to cook my food up than with my other stoves that I use all the time. Okay, the only drawback with this stove I see is that it's probably going to be a stove that uses a lot of fuel. So it might not be too economical for the backpacker that goes in the woods quite often. Okay, so there's our meal we cooked on the Coleman Peak 1. Alright, next test here, we're going to boil some water. I got about 12 ounces of water there. We're going to boil for our coffee here. And we'll see how long this takes. We're not going to go by no timer or nothing. We're not going to get too particular here, but we'll just set her on there and we'll come back whenever she's starting to boil. Alright, this has been on for over 10 minutes and I'm still not at a boil yet. We're getting there. I think a lot of the heat from the stove comes out around. It's not concentrated right at the center like the other backpack stoves. Okay, on the box it says that the stove was tested under controlled conditions. So when I test stuff, I test her out here in real conditions. I just checked the time here and it's been about 13 minutes just to get this water up to boil. So that's the drawbacks with this stove that I see is very slow. Very slow. And it's going to consume a lot of fuel. The box did say that one of these bigger size canisters on high will last an hour. And I used one of these big canisters all winter long on my videos cooking out. Okay, my honest opinion on the Coleman Peak 1 stove. I think it's very slow cooking. It cooks very slow, and heating water up to bring water to a boil is worse yet. But it took probably 13 minutes or so to get 12 ounces of cold water. It wasn't even real cold water, and it took me that long to heat up 12 ounces of water, and probably a lot of fuel out of the canister too. Slow cooking, slow heating water up. It doesn't come with a case. It does cost $22, almost $23, and you don't get the performance out of it like you do your other backpack stoves. Even the $8 to $12 Ozark Trail E-Tech City type stove outperforms this stove. This is just my honest opinion. You guys can make your own judgment. Buy one and give it a try. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And watch multiple reviews. Don't just take my word on something. I just bring the products out here and test them right out of the box in real conditions. As far as pros go on the stove, well, there's not too many. About the one pro I'll say is that it has a good pot support. They're nice and thick, and that's probably where a lot of the weight of the stove comes from, but they're good and sturdy and solid, and there's no issue as far as that goes. But other than that, that's about it. That's just my take on the Coleman Peak 1 stove. So, alright, we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.